Sandy, can you please reduce my mids a little bit? Mids को थोड़ा सा reduce कर दो. Hi and welcome till then to the OSM Live at 5. It's a little choppy today, a little bit choppy, but it's okay, it'll be fine. I think you guys are already comfortable, and we today, for the people who don't know yet, we have Suman and Ashmita.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
So Suman learns at OSM and Ashmita, I messed up the names.
That happens quite often, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
Many times a cab driver comes and say, "Where is Suman ma'am?" So yeah. So by the way, I'm Suman
It's
for
okay.
everyone, and that's Ashmita.
If it's any consolation, I was called Joshna for most of my life,
Okay.
and I was assumed to be a girl as well. So I think I get forgiven for this one. But
Yeah, absolutely, it's fun.
Suman Ashmita. I got it now. I will do it. But so Ashmita is a student at OSM. She learns at OSM. And who's your tutor? By the way, I'm not really sure.
Ma'am.
Oh, one of my sisters, as usual, on these lives. Both of my sisters teach at OSM as well. That's the background there. And Suman sir is also a friend of OSM. He's been playing at several gigs of ours as well. And it's always fun to see you playing as well. And
Always a pleasure to do anything with the OSM family.
And we also have their family in the studio with us. We're not going to turn the camera. Don't turn the camera, Sanky, please don't. But her brother is getting really comfortable. He's having a good time. So we will continue the live. But to give you a little background about Suman and Ashmita themselves, they have been playing music as a family for quite a long time now. And music has always been around the children's lives, I'm pretty sure. And it's always been a part.
Yeah.
And did you also play or sing something? Little bit, okay. So I've also heard.
She also plays a little bit of guitar.
Oh, wow.
Sings, yeah.
So next live we're gonna have 3 of them instead of 2. You get the whole family slowly. But
And Shravan is waiting to join others class maybe very soon.
wow, so it's the whole family. But being born and brought up in a family, musical family myself, I think one thing is which tends to happen a lot is you get blurred as these group musicians, like you all are together as musicians. But I want to focus today a little bit on you guys as personal musicians and individual musicians. So with that in context, Ashmita, I would like to ask you first. If you are you comfortable? Are you feeling good? You want water? Anything? Cool. Do you find this little patronizing when I'm like asking you, are you comfortable? Are you good? That's fine. It's a little bit, right? Little bit. But anyway, so can you please like tell us a little bit about how long you've been playing piano for?
So I started playing piano at this other music school when I was 5 years old.
Okay, at this other music school, right off the bat, we're not going to name other music schools. No names here. So very smart decision there by saying an other music school. But yeah. So we're not even going to go into the reasons why she left that other music school. It's all in the unclear, but she's here at OSM right now. And yeah, continue, sorry.
Yeah, I don't, like when I first joined it, I hated piano.
Oh.
I thought it was a torture I had to go through.
What were you interested in then? Like what was your interest mainly?
That time I was into singing,
Oh, you were into singing.
but that time I used to learn piano.
Ah.
So after a while when I left that school because my brother was born and it was very far away,
Oh.
after that I joined OSM. So first I joined for singing because I didn't let my parents join me for piano. Because
Good
piano
one.
was a torturous instrument for me that time. So I played, so I went to singing classes after 1 year. And after that my parents said, now you have to go to piano, you have to learn an instrument. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to play the torture instrument again. But after that, like teachers they're much better than the previous school.
Oh.
They're more fun. Over there, they're super strict.
Again, no names. We have no names here in this slide, but that's very interesting that I think this is a very clear example of how parents have the upper hand at the end of the day. Like always, you can't do anything about that. I'm still living through that. But anyway, it's interesting that you said that you hated piano and was this for quite a while? Like when did the turnaround happen? Because I assume you like piano right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did the turnaround happen?
Like when I went to this
Oh.
class, like over there, the teachers were like super strict. Over here, they were still strict, but they were taught in a much more fun way.
I see. So it became less of a chore, but more of a fun thing to do, like a hobby.
Yeah.
It's interesting to hear, interesting. And I assume your journey has not been very similar to that.
Yeah, I'll tell about my journey, but first to clear up the cloud so that I don't get branded as a very strict dad.
Oh my goodness.
So I think what she said about dad or whoever force, I think it's partly driven by a very hidden desire inside me to always have someone to play with. Okay, so and I'll now talk a little bit about my background in music.
I think when people talk about parental force itself, it should be taken very granted because a parental definition of force is very different.
No, it's not. It's being a father. So if
Yeah, it wasn't force. Like when you're saying your parents forced you, it's a different kind of force than
They're not
other
like
person.
no, he's
She
really right. She's
she's
absolutely right. In fact, I have this bad reputation within my friends also.
Oh wow.
Because I'm always looking for someone to play with, okay? And I kind of be very strict when it comes to jamming or practice or whatever. So maybe that kind of drove, I always have this hidden desire, oh, Ashmita will be
But
there
I
and
was
we are
5 years
jamming.
old and I couldn't sit in one place. I still can't sit in one place.
But I did it a little too early.
You're doing a great job sitting in one place right now. I'm really proud of you for that. And so you said you hated piano. Was there any other instrument you were kind of interested towards?
I wanted to play violin.
Oh,
a lot.
okay. So you wanted to be a singer and a violinist. It's very interesting. Probably not both together. I think.
Yeah, no.
Is there anyone who sang while playing violin? Is that-
I'm not aware of, no.
Because it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's not very
Violin,
easy.
singing.
Yeah, anyway, we have reached a total different discussion altogether. But so you talked a little bit about your background as well, and I'm pretty sure the background started from her birth itself, pretty much, right? Like music must have always been around, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And just for the people at home, Suman sir is a very profound songwriter as well, and he's written a lot of songs. And one of the songs he wrote, which was very close to his heart, he said he would like to share here as well. Would you like to talk about this song and introduce
Yeah,
it?
why not? So yeah, I try to. I'll talk about that later, maybe about how do I. Do
Yeah,
the songs.
we'll get back to that.
But
later.
here, when she was born in Calcutta. So we were there in Calcutta. Then I had to travel back to Gurgaon. Then somehow it struck me one day. I was just practicing on my own. Some kind of chord sequence, very simple chord sequence struck me, and I started writing a few lines with it. And then I wrote it down and recorded on my mobile and sent it to Shomali, her mother. And everyone loved it actually in the family. She may feel a little embarrassed when I sing, and particularly if I sing down.
I'm sure she's very embarrassed right now, and her desires for wanting to get up and not sit in one place are going to become a lot tougher. She'll endure it for us. So just drop her heart down for the song itself and the emotion behind the song, and the daughter who has to endure it. So here is the song you wrote for Ashmita, right?
Yeah, I'll just play a few lines from there.
Absolutely.
So her pet name, as you know, there's a term, pet name is Cutuli. So it's called Cutuli Cuckoo.
Here is Cutuli Cuckoo by Mr. Suman.
That's how it goes. Rosy lips, chubby cheeks, knew this word and she greets. Sweet to face, mother says, sun comes out, bright new rays. Cutuli twinkling eyes, never lies, talk to God, dreams and smiles. Growing up, she'll always be little girl to you and me. I can see.
That was very cute, and Ashmita, when you grow up a little bit, you will understand that it's kind of cute, even though it's kind of embarrassing, but it's gonna be fine. This is what, like the 7th time he's played it in front of you? But how many? More than that?
Yeah.
So it'll get better and better each time, is what I'm saying. But what a beautiful song. Please, if you enjoy the song, drop a heart down, like down wherever you're watching it. And that was the song Cutely Cuckoo by Mr. Suman for his daughter Ashmita, who's sitting right here. And Ashmita, you have a response song for this, okay? In response to your dad writing this.
I want to shift to London.
You want to shift to London.
So I think that's the beginning of our fight musically. I think. Not just musically.
Hey, maybe you could write a song about moving to London.
Or in retaliation. Actually, that's a good idea. Why don't you write a song in retaliation?
Just write a punk rock song about I want to move to London. It's just a lot of distortion and guitars. It's the perfect opposite of what this song was like. But very beautiful song, and I think one thing I noticed was there's a little bit of an off tempo melodic structure, right? Like where did that idea come from? Because
I think many of you will.
I cite a reference. Can I guess?
It is.
It is a very Sound of Music sound.
It is that.
Okay.
It is
Great.
that.
I thought I knew it.
Yeah. So there,
I can definitely see the inspiration.
it is that. It has come from
Yeah.
that. Maybe some of the sounds are deeply embedded in your subconscious.
Exactly.
I've been
Yeah.
hearing this, friends, when I was, I don't know.
There's a concept of this in the whole artistic world as well. I've heard of, because I do stand up as well, and many times in stand up, like two people have the same joke, and it's because someone embedded the joke somewhere at the back of their head. They don't even know that they heard the joke, and they feel like it's their own idea. So at some level, I think I feel like all art is inspired by something which you've seen in the past, right?
Absolutely.
So at some stage that thing comes in, and you just try to make it the most unique and most possibly you think, which you have. You've made a song called Cutely Cuckoo, which is not two words I would hear in consecutive order. So I think it's pretty Sumit in itself. Suman. Oh my goodness, this is going to be. I usually have one name to remember, so it's just much tougher in comparison. But yeah. So. Just with that melodic structure as well, and the idea of putting this cuckoo in the middle, what came to you? Did the sound cuckoo itself come to you before you wrote the song, or did you end the bar there? And did the chord come first, or did you write the
Yeah, so yes, there are various ways. Usually, music for me is more, out of serendipity. It's never thought of, it's never constructed. So usually there, because I'm a guitarist to begin with, I usually fiddle around with the guitar and different sounds come out. So that's what forms the foundation usually. So maybe I was doing something on D. Like I remember in Jacob's show, D is the chord he first picked up. So maybe that's very natural, easy. So maybe I was doing something on the D major scale. And then, some of the words came to my mind, and then what finally I think takes shape as a song, and this I'll encourage other musicians who are trying to write song, is write it down or record it down. That has been really valuable. So many ideas come to you, and give respect to them as something sent by God. You will forget tomorrow. So whatever comes to your mind,
do you also
write it down, record it down.
Like, just to get an estimate, do you go through renditions of the same song? And is the song also rewritten from the original version?
I think, it was rewritten.
Yeah,
a little bit in the initial days, and I didn't touch it. But yeah, that also happens. Once you hear your own creation in sound or words, you get new ideas. So that evolves. So
and
that's one approach.
Have you in the past, is there an instance happened where you've written the lyrics before writing the tune for the melody or song?
That also have happened, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some idea.
Yeah.
I have written it like a poem, and maybe the tune came later on and then merge them. Yeah.
I have noticed that several times in the way a song is structured and the way the melody flows also, you can almost sometimes tell that sometimes the melody is catching up to the song, and sometimes the melody is going on its own thing. So, in terms of that, do you think you focus more on the melody side of things as a songwriter, or on the rhythm and percussion?
I think I'm more of a instrument first composer.
Okay.
And what attracts me and what attracted me to music in my earlier days was the entire concept of polyphony, the harmony from which it comes. So one is the melodic structure, but I think harmony is something that attracts me more. Harmony, like what ultimately gives birth to a chord. That, just a chord by itself, I think tells a lot of story. Although I'm playing 4 notes at one time, you can call it a melody kind of punch together. That tells me a lot of things. So, to your question, what comes first? Yeah, I think it's a harmonic structure that comes to me first, and a sequential arrangement of those harmonic structures.
So, for the people who cannot understand much, we are talking about chords. The way chords sound. That's the easy way to put it, because sometimes I also get lost in these complicated terms, but it's important to clarify. And Ashwata, have you had dabbled in songwriting or any writing, composing any tune on piano?
I
and
tried
things?
to write a song when I was younger, but I stopped in the middle because it was too, I don't know, it was irritating for me.
It was irritating.
Writing the whole song, finding the melody. And that time I was just starting to learn piano, so I didn't know what chords were. So
Oh.
what notes, so I come with the lyrics first. So I came up with the lyrics. Okay. Okay, how does this sound on piano? So I
Yeah.
couldn't do that, so I left it at the end.
I think there's a way to explain that a little bit also, because she anyway has a more vocalist inclination, right? So maybe
Yeah.
the lyricism is something that comes to you more naturally than getting down with the instrument, maybe.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility as well. So I think the perfect solution is you guys should write songs together.
Yeah, that's my dream. It will happen. She's still discovering herself.
Maybe she can write like counterparts and counter melodies for your cuckoo song.
She does try. She does
She's
try.
like, no. That's embarrassing. Yeah. So I hope that also happens, and I think you answered a lot of questions about songwriting as well. So the lesson here I think to take about songwriting is whatever you're starting with, just start. Okay.
Yeah, that's
just
the
start.
rule. Just start, and
Yeah,
and
because-
I'm telling from my experience, nothing is to be underestimated. If you think and this will happen, you'll think it's too simple a thing I'm doing. Don't worry. Tomorrow, if you hear that recording again, you'll see, oh, what a great thing I recorded yesterday. So just keep on recording, and there are a lot of
Yeah.
apps, lot of sound recording thing. Keep on recording, and then you can layer on top of them if you want to, and do other stuff.
Absolutely.
So, it's all about doing.
So Ashmita, also one other thing I would like to ask you is that you have mentioned, so basically talked about your family and you talked about you being brought up in this environment of music, right?
Yeah.
And I assume a lot of the music you listened to when you were younger was your dad's collection.
Definitely.
And a lot of classic rock, a lot of blues. So I've also got that experience. So I just want to ask you, what was your first experience of discovering an artist, a musical artist on your own? And do you remember who that artist was, or any particular artist who's had an impact?
Yeah, the first artist I liked was Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
And
Which song particularly?
that time Road just came out and it was super
Ah.
popular at that time.
Yes.
They used to blast it out on the music system, the bands would sing, we've heard it a million times, stop it. Before that I used to listen to Let It Go, Indiana Menzel.
Nice. So a lot of power vocals and a lot
Yeah.
of very interesting. I think much of your style also can be seen through that. Is there? But there are you mentioned influences like Billie Eilish as well, who are like a little bit more somber singers.
Yeah.
Who I particularly personally I see your tone kind of following a little bit in that footsteps. I mean personally I see that in at least the songs you have sung in front of me. And is there any particular Billie Eilish song you enjoy performing? Would you like to perform for us right now?
Yeah, my favorite song of Billie Eilish is Copycat. And in fact, fact about Billie Eilish, she has never been to a studio recording before. She records all of her songs in her brother's bedroom.
Wow. And that's pretty interesting. And I'm glad you came with facts. This is something I should have done actually, now I think about it.
I read some news article yesterday.
So you clearly seem like a fan. And her brother's also a music producer,
Yeah.
Phineas, I
Phineas,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, here is. You want to go ahead with the song?
Yeah.
You ready?
Sure.
Cool. So here is Copycat by Billie Eilish.
Push my buttons, and it's only got your finger
There was Copycat by Billie Eilish as performed by Ashwata and her father Suman in the studio here. And I'd like to ask you, sir, I would not assume someone from your generation to play a Billie Eilish song so willingly. And is this a genre of music you discovered through your daughter, like through your relationship together? And is this something you're comfortable playing?
Yeah, I've discovered many songs just because of her. So discovery is another thing. So many of these I would have never attempted to even hear, but yeah, I actually enjoy. I enjoy the compositions. Billie Eilish in particular, I really enjoy. Katy Perry also, I like the structure of the songs. Yeah. So absolutely, so there is no end to discovery. I keep on looking for new suggestions, new ideas.
Oh, that's awesome. By the way, for the people who did not understand why we're just laughing right now, Ashwata's younger brother was playing electric guitar off the camera, so the whole family is musically talented. He was just playing it in the air, so there was no volume, but soon he will be here as well, and soon he will be recommending more music to you.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to that.
Who knows what kind of music he grows up listening to? Does the thought scare you?
I can see already a little bit of, so when I think he was really young, he would go off to sleep listening to Iron Maiden.
So
song was that? No, Trooper was his favorite song
Back
that
in Black
time.
by ACDC.
Yeah, and Back
I
in Black, she
think
said.
we're gonna get a metalhead set now. Bus puri family set hai. We have uncle plays blues, the daughter is a pop musician, proper singer. He's a metalhead. He's gonna grow his hair long or something.
Total anarchy.
Bus. Very good, very good.
Yeah.
So, a lot of conflicting ideas come into a family, and when there's music, I think a lot of things get heated up as well, many a times, because there have been times in my house, I remember, being scared to express that I do not like the current music, which is playing, because I don't want to let people feel bad, you know. So, there's a lot of arguments also that happen about music in general. Like one particular argument I remember we used to go a lot back to was about autotune. Like autotune vocals.
Autotune, yeah.
That is a major argument like in my house throughout. And I remember because I was out of the 5 people, I was the only one who was like, yeah, it's okay, let people do what they want. And everyone else is like, no, it ruins vocals and stuff. But yeah, my point is that there's a lot of these debates that come up, a lot of heated discussions. So, just how do you guys do this all together? All these genres mashing up, all these influences coming together, and do you have experiences where they like came out in a beautiful way together?
Yeah. So I'll tell you the battleground of this is usually who takes capture of the car stereo whenever you're on a long drive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So a lot of our musical discoveries have happened during long drives out of town, while there is at home also. But those are the times when you have kind of four of us are locked up in the car, and many times I take the upper hand. Many times it's Ashmita. Many times even Shraman or my wife Shumali. But I think we have discovered a lot of this.
I would love to be on Shraman's drive because we listen to metal the whole time.
Yeah. No, but he has a really soft corner for her sister. So whatever. So if he gets a sense that this is what her sister likes, he'll take her.
Once I'm serious, once I played a song, he said I don't like it, and my father came. He said I don't like it, but I said no, I like it. Then he quickly changed his mind. No, this is a good song.
A lot of politics go on.
Yeah, this is all. Politicians also turn like that. So what politics is about, everyone just turns like that.
But
Another opinion.
In terms of new discovery, all these streaming apps keep on recommending new stuff. And I think a lot of this, she's also, you can tell more about it. She also learns from her classmates, friends. They recommend newer things.
One of my best friends in particular, she went through an emo phase. So total metal. I hated her, I stopped talking to her for 1 month, and then when she cooled down, then I started talking to her again.
I learned this new thing.
I think the worst thing to do when your friend is going through an emo phase is to leave them.
So she recommended me some songs. I'm like, yeah, I like it, but in reality, I didn't like it at all.
But what does Shaman like those songs? Have you asked him?
He likes Spider-Man songs, like the songs he played during the Spider-Man movie. Just because Spider-Man is
Post Malone.
He likes Spider-Man.
The Post Malone version. Yeah.
I also like Spider-Man. I understand. Good. So,
but there are a lot of new things. Like I learned this concept of lo-fi.
Oh yeah, lo-fi is
white noise, lo-fi. Those are interesting concepts.
I think the world is opened up to the idea of more people becoming music producers. Because there's more software, more laptops out there, and people are just getting down to editing whatever and taking it out and releasing it on YouTube. Releasing is free as well.
Yeah.
So it's just perfect, I think. But so going back, I think we have a lot of potential here to talk about stuff from way before this time, because most of the people watching at home right now are probably my generation or a little bit older. But so you've been around for a longer time and you've seen the music scene for a longer time. So would you like to talk a little bit about how things have changed maybe since then and now? Because you currently do gigs as well, right?
Yeah.
You guys do gigs as well. So how different has it been over? I assume like 30 years. How many years have you been playing for?
Yeah, much longer than that.
Maybe
40 years.
I have no idea of the numbers.
No, for us, when I was growing up in Calcutta, so there were quite a few opportunities for musicians to perform plays. So one fertile time of the year was Durga Puja. So it was a 4 days festival. We would create cultural events. So we would go up on stage, play whatever instrument, sing. And then in autumn, so I'll tell you how I learned. I had a tutor and I was learning Hawaiian guitar when I was, I think, 6 years old. Hawaiian guitar,
yeah,
which is like,
I know how it is.
You place it on your lap, you have a string bar and you play. And I learned Ravindra Sangeet, which is what is very popular in Calcutta. I used to play
on the Hawaiian guitar.
On the Hawaiian guitar. So basically, it's a melodic.
Very interesting composition.
You play melody, but then I had a great teacher, Mr. Gopal Bose, Gopal Basak. He was a great teacher, so he exposed me to Western music actually. So I first started learning Hawaiian guitar, then different Western classicals on Hawaiian guitar.
But who was like the first Western inspiration you had? Like,
See, those days we never had access to any. My father had few LPs and all, so we had LPs of Bonnie M. We had LPs of, in fact, electronic.
I remember my dad used to collect cassettes a lot.
Cassette
So
came much later.
cassettes.
So when I was young, cassette wasn't there. It was LPs. We even had Giorgio Moroder. It's like I think he's the grandfather of what do you call electronic music. Amazing stuff. So anyway, but mostly our window to music there was this radio channel called Calcutta B. Okay. There were a few programs, lunchtime variety, in the late nights. So a lot of Indian classical, Western. So those were the windows of music for us. And in terms of opportunity to play, like I said, those cultural evenings during puja, playing in, at that time it was only Doordarshan and Calcutta Radio. So playing in those places was an aspiration. So I once played in Calcutta television in children's program.
Have you gone back as an adult and played in Durga Puja as well? Like,
Not really. So we
not
haven't.
really.
Did we? No, we haven't. But
Is that
if
something
we
you wanna
get a chance, we go and play. We
Yeah.
haven't played, but those were really fun. But yeah, things have changed a lot. Now as I see, OSM is a place there, we come and play at our school gigs. There are many things. Then I think for everyone who's listening, now there are endless opportunities to play. So you start with where did I actually enjoy playing music? Like for Ashmita, I was also a little bit reluctant in my early days. It was more of like homework. But when I went to college, that's where I discovered the joy of playing with another person. I think that was a totally life-changing event for me.
I think that's a completely different ballgame also because as a drummer, I remember when I started off, I was not playing very much with other people. And the moment I started playing with other people, like I started playing at church and school, and it was a total different feeling. Like because
Absolutely.
And when you're in sync with your band, it's the best.
That's you are in heaven. So I played for 10 years just solo, but the real fun came, and that's what I was telling.
Well, you were playing solo till then.
Yeah, in my school days,
Like,
from let's say class 1 till
What
class 10.
what genre? Like what?
Rabindra Sangeet and Western Classical.
Okay.
Yeah. Solo, I used to go and
So you're still playing Hawaiian guitar at the stage?
I can, but I don't play that often.
So you were playing at the stage which you're talking
I
about?
was playing on stage, taking part in different competitions, schools, different things. Hawaiian guitar, 100% Hawaiian guitar. Then I picked up what used to be called Spanish guitar, which is this guitar, when I was in class 9 maybe. But the real joy, as I was telling, was discovered when, you get into college, you found out.
Wait, again, hold on. You said 10 years later you picked up
this thing.
this thing.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing Hawaiian guitar now?
I was 6 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel very inadequate. But wow, 6 years Hawaiian guitar and 9th standard, which is around 15.
Around that time.
15, 16.
I started playing.
Pretty impressive, honestly.
So playing with a band is, like I was saying, so that's the hidden desire I always have, someone to play with. So that's why I push her maybe. I push my other friends, let's come jam.
In like a commercial setting, in the world outside, which has opened up the music a little bit right now, like in the Delhi setting particularly, have you like seen a concrete improvement in the way musicians are treated as well?
Definitely. So I think there are many, I didn't grow up in Delhi, but I've been living here since last 10 years or so. I think there are many venues for live music now, which were only a handful earlier. Churches, church music. So that's another thing I also have a little bit experience. I was living in New York for 5 years. I was regularly playing on Sunday in a church, part of my band there. Here, I think church music is also a big scene here in Delhi. I know some other friends. So I think
a lot of church musicians as well are becoming musicians in Delhi.
So many more opportunities, and more than anything is internet. That's like place of infinite leverage, right? So no one is stopping you to do anything.
Yeah, internet. But there's a different feeling altogether with live music.
Oh, live you can't beat.
You can't beat that, I think.
Then office, everyone
Office
moment you get into your working life, and that's where I think I discovered many other musicians. One of my former boss.
So, do you see like a concrete change in the way you were treated probably as a younger musician back in Calcutta in your early gigs to now when you're playing in more like in office environments or in church environments or in outside environments here as a more seasoned musician maybe? Is there a difference you're seeing in the way people?
No, I
No
think
change.
the appreciation for music is
Constant.
yeah, it has always been there.
But
People crave for live
Do you
music.
think it's also the type of live music? Because the genre will make a major difference. Right?
Genre, people are actually, I'll tell you, open to anything. You just have, so I have played anything with people who don't. So I play a lot of Hindi songs, Bengali songs, or even. But people just love. See, it's when you play live, it's that connection with that person, the audience,
that's
and everyone when sings along. It's a different feeling. So yeah, people are exposed to different kind of genre. That's definitely true. But I see whatever little venues I go to, I see people are dancing to all kinds of music.
That's pretty interesting.
I think it's more open now. There is no shallowness at all. It's been more open now. Yeah, I think.
It's pretty interesting. And you guys, like we're about to end the live pretty much right now. Like, can I get thank you? What's the time? Can you like just tell me once? Okay, I got the time. And I'd like to ask you guys one last question. You want to like go into one last story before we end with both the Pink Floyd song you guys have played and the final song. Okay, and that story, you guys also know what story I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys have a family experience you were telling me earlier with involving all three generations of yours, all three generations of musicians.
Why don't
And
you talk about it? Yeah.
During lockdown, our society was holding an event for Mother's Day since it was locked down. We couldn't, perform live. So you have to send short clips of us performing a skit, music, anything. So, as we're a musical family, we decided to play music. So I've said, let me only perform. I want to play 7 Rings by Ariana Grande, which is like, it's about a girl who likes expensive things, diamonds,
which I've also
champagne.
heard, by the way, is a song Auntie does not like very much.
Both my mother and my father, both,
Oh, you also don't like the song very much.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I like everything.
You just feel like it's a little needle mist or something. Like,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's about expensive things, diamonds, champagne. So, both my parents disagreed. My mother said, play the original song. The original song was Raindrops on Roses from Sound of Music. Then my grandmother was
Okay,
there.
just a quick sideball, but is Sound of Music a movie you guys have seen quite a bit as a
Oh,
kid?
Yeah.
So that's one of the LPs.
I could tell. I could tell.
And School of Rock also.
School of Rock is a great film, I think.
Sound of Music, that the LP we had, like, you don't know, when I was a kid, it was like playing in loop. Like,
Oh, wow.
I don't know how much I remember. Yeah.
It's a beautiful song selection.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, anyway, please continue.
Yeah, so my grandmother was staying at that time. She said, let me only sing a Bengali song. So, 3 of us, totally different opinions. So my father's like, join them together, make a skit kind of thing. So at the end, the video was like, I'm playing 7 Rings, the first 2 verses. Then my mother's like, what are you playing? You should listen, play this. And I would just sing. So she started singing the original song. Then my grandmother came, play something of your heritage, and then she started singing the Bengali song. So that's the.
You want to play a little bit now? No, I'm going to go now.
Oh, but everything was like,
Just a quick one. Yeah.
Auntie, do you want to sing the Raindrops in the Roses part?
Just check the scale.
yeah.
Okay, we're having this. I can't believe we're having this song in your life. But here's 7 Rings by Ariana Grande, played by Ashmita, accompanied by her father Suman.
And I'll try to play what maybe her grandmother sang.
Oh.
Let's
Let's try this.
Let's try.
Breakfast at 6 nights and bottles of bubbles. Girls with tattoos are like getting in trouble. Lashes and diamonds, they take a machine. But most girls fall in love for you and been through some bad. I should be the saddest. Who would have thought
autumn. Raindrops and roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, silver wine, dun, 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 dun. I forgot. These are the few of my favorite things. Then her grandma would enter. So I just did one line.
That was beautiful. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause for us, sir. And particular round of applause for Suman sir, who took 3 parts. And yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think mashups do have that power of
Yeah.
bringing different type of music.
It was really fun, I think, when they were making it. And, yeah.
But is like the format of mashups is it something you particularly enjoy doing?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, not really, yeah. It's one kind. The song has its own mood. It's
Yeah,
like a food.
exactly.
I mean, you can't have two different. You can't have a dosa and biryani together, right?
That makes me want to try to have a dosa and biryani together. But,
Yeah.
That is very true. But I think segueing songs and like making structures can be
Definitely
really
interesting.
fun.
It's definitely
It
interesting.
can be really fun. And sometimes I get lost on YouTube threads of like these edits they make
Yeah.
where they like take the instrumentation of one song and put it over another song.
Ah, yeah.
Like I saw one which was the instrumentation of Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting
Uh-huh.
over a very emo punk rock song,
Ah, he did something similar. I remember.
and it sounded very good.
Yeah.
So
we did the solo of Stairway to Heaven on Careless Whisper.
oh my god!
I remember.
Yeah.
It's something like
If you're familiar with gospel music,
Yeah.
are you familiar with Hindi gospel?
Not really.
Not really.
Uh-huh.
So there's this song called Jis Naam Mein Hai Mukti, Jis
Okay.
Naam Mein Hai Shakti. It's like a very upbeat song. Sank, you heard the song, है ना? Jis Naam Hai Mukti, Jis Naam Hai Shakti. So we once for a school competition we merged that with Sweet Child of Mine,
That's really lovely.
and the whole school hated us because they were like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very fun.
Some thrill. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to do things for yourself as musicians, I think. And yeah, it's important. But it's been pretty good hanging out with you guys. And we'll just end with a couple of songs. We want you guys to play a little bit more because we've been talking quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, let's play.
You can play like a couple of songs.
We'll do a Pink Floyd one, which is one band I kind of grew up listening to.
And I remember Ashmita telling me a story related to this band as well because she once played one of the songs with you.
Yeah, so in one of, not one, it started with one of our gigs, our bassist, so we always had a makeshift bassist, so he wasn't available. So
As all bassists.
So
Very rare to find a bassist anywhere.
She then chipped in with playing bass on keyboard, and since then she has actually been a part of our band as the bass player, just like Doors. Like they never had a bassist, if you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, Doors
Wow.
never had a bassist. It's always on keyboard, so I think she's playing that kind of a role.
Do you enjoy the role?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes too easy and I fall asleep while playing.
It becomes too easy. Wow. This family itself is like little too much. You guys have been playing music forever and things become easy when it's the same thing.
Let's do a couple of songs real
Yeah.
quick. Let's do. Okay, why don't you do the one you wanted to do? Maroon 5. You want to do that? No? Okay, so let's do Pink Floyd.
Okay, maybe you can extend the Pink Floyd song to a little longer version. Have fun with it.
Okay.
And after that we have a special song by them which is going to end the evening with.
Yeah.
And we will not name the song, you guys will probably know the song.
Yeah, I guess you know.
So here is, what's the song's name again? The Pink Floyd song?
This is called Time.
Here is Time by Pink Floyd.
From the album Dark Side of the Moon.
The song with cash register noises in the starting.
But that's money.
Oh, that's money.
It's money.
I should have guessed. Is there TikToks in this?
This is like this.
Ah, yes. Here is Time by Pink Floyd as performed by Suman and Ashmita.
Okay, let's start. Always to make up a target. Freedom and ways, the hours in our fine way. Kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown. Waiting for someone or something to show you the way. Tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. You are young and life is long. There is time to kill the pain. And then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. And you run to catch up with the sun while it's sinking. Racing around to cover behind you again. The sun is the same and you run its way, but you were older. Shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Every year is getting shorter, never seems to find the time. Plans that either come to larger or half a page of scribbled lines. Hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. The time is gone, the song is over. Don't let something more to say. Home again. I like to be here when I can. When I come home, cold and tired, it's good to warm my bones beside the fire. Far away across the field, it's holding on the iron bells. Calls the faithful to their knees to hear them softly spoken magic spell. Yeah, Pink Floyd has been like a soundtrack of
Beautiful,
my life.
beautiful. Pink Floyd has a very ambient feel, and I think that is particularly a place where Ashmita can shine on the keyboard as well.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that.
Thank
And
you.
for the people tuning in right now, I'm really sorry you are very late, but we have one last song by our special guest Suman and Ashmita here, and it's a very special song, and we hope we can leave you with a little bit of optimism and positivity as we're leaving.
Yeah.
No matter how much Ashmita cringes at that, but we will leave you with optimism and positivity.
Yeah, and as a dad, that's all
Yeah.
I can tell her. All you need is love.
She's very embarrassed today, by the way. She's never going to do anything like this ever again. But drop her heart down in the comments for Ashmita. She's done a great job. Drop her heart down for Suman, sir. He's done a great job. Drop her heart down for Sankey behind the camera, who's done a great job as well today. And drop a heart down for
Oh,
the
Joshua.
Thank you. You can drop a heart if you want to. I mean, no one is forcing you, but. And we have Shaman and Shomali auntie also in the studio as well. And thank you for your support as well, both of you. And thank you for being here. And we were going to have this one last song, and then we're going to send you guys off. So here comes the sun.
No. It's what I said. My last piece of advice to Ashmita. All you need is love.
Oh yeah, I mixed up the Beatles songs, I think. Here is All You Need Is Love by the Beatles.
Yeah, all of you can hum also. Huh?
Yeah.
If you know the song. We won't be able to hear what you're singing, but enjoy.
Yeah, you can hum at your homes. If you have headphones on, let other people know you're watching something and they're not crazy. But hope you have fun. Hope you listen to the song, have fun. All you need is love. All you guys need is love. And this is me, Joshua Trott, tuning off for this live stream as well after this song. So thank you for joining us, and please take it away.
Our pleasure. Let's sing. 1, 2, 3, go. There's nothing you can think that can be done. There's nothing you can see that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can make that can't be made. There's no one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to do with time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. There's nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. All together now. All you need is love for everybody now. All you need is love. All together. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
Love is all you need. Thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you everyone.
Wow.
Keep the music alive.
Shaman and Shumali, and we will need you to give a round of applause a little bit for them. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Ashmita. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Suman, sir.
Joshua. It was
Sorry
fun.
for embarrassing you so much. And thank you for the experiences and the advice you shared for us. And thank you to the rest of the crew working here. And thank you, Arki. Thank you so much. And for all of you watching at home, we do these lives every second Sunday, and we have a special guest from the OSM extended family. And we hope to see you soon there for the next one. This is me, Joshua Trott, signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you all. Thank you so much.